All right, guys, what is up? This is Coach Cheryl here with Fit Body Secrets, here to bring you guys this week's inspiration, motivation, and tips to help you guys on your fitness journey. And today's episode is going to be one of those tough love. I am fired up to get you guys motivated to work a little bit harder today for yourself, which is really what the point of this episode is today. I've been thinking a lot and reflecting a lot about a lot of the struggles that I see in applications that come into our company, in some of my own clients' journeys, and even in myself, the things that I struggle with in my day to day life. And it all comes down to like this not really understanding how to actually work hard for ourselves and knowing when it's time to like take a step back and learning how to pivot in our fitness journey. And today is going to be a tough love episode because I get a lot of the same stuff, and it's kind of like one of those moments where I'm like, listen, sometimes people need to learn that they have to take criticism and not get offended by it. And that's what this episode is all about. It's giving you guys constructive feedback to allow you guys to make changes in your life that are going to be more beneficial for you for your goals and your results. So I'm going to pull up my quick little notes here, which I don't have a whole bunch. And I'm going to start by asking you guys all this question, all right? Because the title of this episode is I suck at losing weight. And maybe weight loss isn't your goal. Maybe it's something else that you've been trying to commit to doing in your fitness journey and you just haven't quite hit the nail on the mark yet to keep yourself committed to that journey, right? So I'm going to ask you guys this. What is it that you actually want? And I always say this because most clients think that they want to lose weight. Most people think that I want to lose weight, that I'm going to feel better when I lose 10, 15, 20, 50 pounds. But in reality, weight loss is not the goal. In fact, weight loss kind of sucks. You're going to have to be hungry. You're going to have to work on changing habits. You're going to have to maybe go to the gym more frequently. You're going to have to make these changes in your life. And for some people, that's not going to be easy. For others, it's very easy. So the process of fat loss and weight loss is kind of shitty. 100%. Like you're having to practice more discipline. You're having to do these things. So the goal is not weight loss as much as you think it is, because that's what your overall goal is, right? When you're making these changes, that's what the expectation is. You're going to lose weight for them. The goal is really to wake up on a Monday morning, go ahead and go to the bathroom and get on the scale or whatever you normally do and be like, looking good today. Look in the mirror and you're like, damn, I'm seeing a couple of abs. Dang, my shoulders look good today. You go in the closet, you put on your clothes, and you go to pull up your pants, and you don't have that anticipation of like, are they going to be too tight today? You put on your belt and you're like, ooh, it's down a notch. Got to get a new belt. You want to wake up and no longer have to worry about weight loss. You want to wake up and feel really good about yourself. You want to live in a body that you no longer have to lose weight with. And that comes down to, as I already said, the process of fat loss. And so most people are so freaking focused on the weight loss that they are missing the reason why they're not losing weight. It's because they're not committing to the process. And I get it. The process sometimes sucks. It's going to get boring. It's always exciting the first week. In fact, I just made an email out to my challengers. It's like, it's always exciting to sign up for a nutrition challenge or a fitness challenge because it's new, it's exciting, and there's a bunch of people doing it. So you feel like you're in a group, but that's going to fizzle out. And the people that really are committed to the goal of being that different person are going to keep going. They're going to take those tools and they're going to carry them on. But the ones that don't, they're always seeking that excitement, they're going to fizzle out. They're not going to get to where they want to be. So you've got to be committed to the process. And that means that, yes, there's going to be times where you have to make decisions that aren't always what you want to do in the moment. Maybe you want to be a little bit more flexible, but guess what? That's likely what's got you in the place you're in right now. And in the beginning, you have to practice more discipline. You have to learn that you are changing behaviors so that you can be that other person. In the beginning, that's going to feel like there's a ton of resistance. But over time, it gets easier. And in fact, you start to crave it. Okay. How many of you guys can relate to a workout or like starting a workout program? Maybe it's a running program. And like when you first start, you're like, God, why do I suck at running? Like it hurts so bad. And then over time, it starts to get easier. And then you start doing it more frequently and it's no longer a big deal. You kind of have faced it. You know what you're going to expect. It's going to be the same thing with your journey. but you have to start realizing that you have to be committed to the process. And there's no way around that. All right. So why am I talking about all this is because so many people think that they can't lose weight. They're just stuck. It's a fucking story up here. They are listening to the constant excuses that they make, and they're letting those be the scapegoat for the fact that they're just not going to commit to the work. Every time shit gets hard, they're going to fizzle out. And I told you guys, this is going to be a tough love episode because some people out there need to hear this. I get that. I get that it can be very uncomfortable to hear that. Guess what? The only reason you can't lose weight is because you're not committed to it. Hands down. You're looking for a quick fix. You're looking for an easier way. You're looking for all the excuses to why you don't have to do the hard work. Guess what? People that lose weight, they bust their ass for it. I don't care what anybody says. And even if you go on an extreme diet, guess what? That requires extreme changes. Even if you go on a moderate diet, it's going to require extreme changes at some points. You're going to have to make extreme decisions here. A lot of stuff has to change. All right. But none of that is going to change unless you commit to recognizing that you're going to have to push through some difficult stuff. And this is not even just with weight loss. This is with any goal. You have to recognize that your commitment to the end goal of, I want to wake up feeling different, requires you to not be married to the weight on the scale and to be married to the changes you're making to make that happen. Because that's what you're marrying. You're marrying the lifestyle change. You're not marrying the weight loss. Because at some point, you're going to want to stop losing weight. And that's where maintenance comes in. And maintenance is, honestly, it's not much different. You get to eat a little bit more. You maybe don't have to work out as much, but it's still pretty much the same thing. You're still checking the same boxes. You're still eating the same foods. If you're not doing anything extreme, you're still pretty much controlling your calorie intake. Maybe you're a little bit more flexible with that. You don't have to use a food scale. Probably still going to the gym regularly, seeing the same people, still living with the same husband or wife, same kids. Everything's going to be the same. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of the things that people come up with, why they can't lose weight. All right, so number one, I hear this all the time. My work schedule is so crazy. I'm so busy. I have so much going on. I've got kids, I've got work, I've got all these things. All right. So in their head, the expectation is, I can't lose weight because my life is too busy. All right. Let's just really realistically think about this. All right. Do you think that there are not people that work 12 to 16-hour days that are underweight or that are at a healthy weight? Truth. There is, right? Not everybody that's super busy is overweight or needs to lose weight. Okay. What it comes down to is, and also, do you think that there are people with busy schedules that don't actually go on a fat loss journey and are successful? I can tell you that. Truth is that is false, because I have a lot of very busy clients that work full-time jobs, have full-time families, and are still extremely successful. Okay. What it comes down to is some people are willing to look at their lifestyle and make nutritional changes and exercise changes work into that lifestyle, while others are stuck. They don't want to make the changes. They don't want to get uncomfortable. And I'll be honest, I can make it super easy for you. Okay. Super, super easy for a person. I can give you guys 5 different ways to navigate a busy life schedule. And guess what? Somebody out there will take it, and the other 4 will say, nope, they'll make an excuse for why that won't work either. You can always find a reason why something won't work. First, perfect example. Every week I'm too busy. I don't have time to meal prep. Great. How about buying pre-made options? Pre-made proteins, pre-made carbs, pre-made vegetables. This way, all you have to do is throw it in a Tupperware and heat it in the microwave. Easy. Okay. What's going to be their excuse? Well, I'm not home. Okay. Buy things that you don't have to heat up. Put it in a lunchbox. Well, I don't get home till late at night. Okay. Meal timing doesn't matter. Well, I have social events. Okay. We can work in, eating out. Can you choose a lean protein and a vegetable at your dinner meal? We can always find a reason. A person that operates looking for the perfect scenario never gets perfect results. In fact, they get no results. You have to learn how to pivot and how to take nutrition and training, bring it into your life, not stop living your life to make that happen. It's never going to work that way. Life does not operate in a perfect world scenario. We can all have something come up right now. Anything can come up at any point. So we've got to stop looking for this like perfect time and perfect scenario and realize if you really want to lose weight, and you really want to get leaner and you're really tired of waking up and not liking how you look and feel, then guess what? It is within your control to make the changes. Within your control. And I give a lot of information away for free. I am always here to offer guidance and feedback for people. But guess what? Very few people will actually take it, because only those few people that really want it are going to run with it. The others are going to be like, yeah, maybe I'll try that. Maybe I won't. Okay. But the excuses are big. Another excuse I get is, well, I just have a really adapted metabolism, or my metabolism is really sluggish. They wouldn't say adapted metabolism. I got a slow metabolism. I've got all these hormone issues. I just can't lose weight because my body's a wreck. Guess what? Your body's a wreck because of the way you're treating your body, how you're feeding it, how you're moving it, how you're living it. So you can keep making excuses for why you're not losing weight, or you can recognize that weight loss is only going to happen if you fix those things. And it's not about like, oh, well, you're going to get to bed and get 10 hours of sleep a night and you're going to start, eating all these healthy. It's literally making small changes over time and not trying to fix everything at once and trying to think that you have to be perfect. Once again, the perfect scenario doesn't exist. Okay, it's like, all right, well, what's the biggest nugget we can work on right now? Can we get to bed 30 minutes earlier? Well, that's not going to give you instant weight loss. No, but it's going to start to fix the hormone issues. It's going to start to get your central nervous system recovered so that your body can actually focus better. Likely going to remove some of the cravings that you keep getting for, sweets and salty foods in the middle of the day. And then you're likely going to start to lose weight because you're not eating those things anymore. I'm talking so fast because, guys, this is firing me up. Okay. The main reason why people don't get results is because they're not committing. Commitment. Okay. So you have to realize that, listen, if you're overweight because you have a metabolism that's slow and you've got these issues, then weight loss will happen if you work on those things. And it doesn't require you to all of a sudden change your whole life and give up everything. It requires you to be committed. Okay. Why else don't people get results? And this is a big one. Okay. All right. I get so many cravings and I'm always in social events and, I don't want to give up enjoying food for weight loss. They don't want to say that, but that's what they're thinking. It's a Saturday night. Everybody else is eating chicken wings and French fries. And they don't want to be the person at the table that's ordering a salad. They don't want to be looked at. They don't want to be judged. They want to be able to be like everybody else. So I'm going to ask you, how important is that goal to you? And I'm not saying you should not be able to eat those things, because guess what? If you know me, I practice flexibility and that every once in a while. But if you're literally telling yourself that you can't lose weight because of your social life, that's a problem. That's basically telling you that I'm going to keep gaining weight because I like to be social. And we should be able to be social and not have to gain weight. Hands down, we should be able to enjoy ourselves and not feel like it's going to cause us to gain weight. But most people don't understand that. And they operate in this world of perfection, going back to perfection again, where it's like, I'm only focusing on weight loss Monday through Friday. And then when Saturday hits, it's like, I can't focus anymore. Why are you losing focus? Why do you lose the thoughts about food on the weekends? It should be the same thing. The only thing that might change is what you're eating. You might be a little bit more flexible on the weekends. Okay. But it comes down to asking yourself, what is it you really want? You can keep living in these lies of I can't do this because of that. You can keep coming up with 5 million excuses to blame on the fact that you're just not committed to doing the work. Or you can say, you know what? She's absolutely right. I can make changes. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of grace here because I'm being tough love coach today. But if you know me, I got a soft side. And it's the main thing is it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It is not your fault that you are operating this way. It is a learned behavior, and a lot of social media and a lot of external factors have helped you feel okay with acceptance, with accepting this. Okay. I'm here to not let you guys be accepting of those behaviors, regardless of if you actually want to lose weight or if you're just tired of making excuses for yourself. I want to empower you to realize that you can change the story right now. And it comes down to removing perfection and being committed to realizing that, like, if you're making progress on one thing, you're making progress. And when that gets easier, you can add another thing. And that comes in habits, that comes in nutrition changes, that comes in whatever empire you're building in a business, whatever family you're trying to create, whatever it is you're trying to build. If you're changing one thing and you're getting really good at that, guess what? You're making progress. And if you keep doing that, they're going to compound. But you have to remove the expectations of how long is this going to take? How fast am I going to get there? And all of that stuff, and realize that, like, none of that shit matters. Because what matters is waking up that Monday morning and being like, I finally feel amazing. I look forward to my workouts. I look forward to eating the way that I eat. I don't feel restricted in my life. I feel free, and I am more determined to stay committed to who I am now than going back to where I was before. Guys, I've talked about my story before. I did not grow up eating healthy. I mean, I grew up eating freaking standard American diet. Like, breakfast was Pop Tarts if I ate breakfast, or it was like, whatever random donuts we had at the house, like that was breakfast food. Lunch was like a freaking God, it was like a cinnamon roll. Like, I would have like a huge cinnamon roll, like whatever, or I'd have like whatever school lunch was provided, which was usually like I'll have a chicken sandwich. After school, I would literally come home and eat macaroni and cheese and, whatever sweets that I wanted. Dinner was like something homemade, but it was usually like a pasta dish or, some kind of a home, very like, chicken pot pie. It was very home style. Like, I didn't grow up eating super healthy. We also ate a lot. We ate takeout a lot, had a lot of Chinese food, fast food, pizza, things like that. We oftentimes my mom would just bring home that stuff. But I had to get to a point where I'm like, all right, I can keep eating this way or I can change my life. And I started changing my life. And suddenly that food became more intriguing to me because I'm like, I know where that got me. I know where this is getting me. And I'm going to choose that way. Even though I know that stuff still tastes really good, that's getting me where I want to go. So I'm going to keep choosing that. And at first, that was really uncomfortable when I was in those situations with other people. Got to remove judgment. You got to tell yourself, I'm committed to myself. I'm committed to my goals. I don't care what other people think about my goals. And that did sometimes come with people asking, like, you're not eating this? You're not? Nope, I'm good. That's it. I don't owe anybody a fucking explanation as to why I'm not eating burgers and French fries. If I don't want to eat it, I don't want to eat it. Leave me alone. Like, I'm not telling you not to eat it. So when it comes down to this whole dilemma that people fall into, it comes down to a lack of focus on the right things and understanding that, like, perfection doesn't exist, and really not ever committing to the long-term process. I think that one thing I will mention here that I wanted to kind of give you guys is this, like I said, I'm being empathetic as well. It's not your fault. Most people are also constantly telling themselves the wrong stories in their head. They are, because you've been fed that stuff so often, it's like a hamster wheel every single day, every single week. And I think the best way to break, I shouldn't say the only way, the best way to break that cycle is to actually have people outside of you and your circle to remind you that there is different methods and to take advice. And when it comes down to, as I mentioned, like, you got to be able to take constructive criticism today, being coachable, being like, hey, Cheryl, like, I really want to work with you. I would love to be able to change my nutrition. I really struggle with like my busy lifestyle and not knowing how to make this happen. I want to be able to enjoy my weekends. I want to be able to have a family. I don't want to be obsessed with food. I want to be able to, like, just naturally see progress and not feel so forced. And I can give people all the tools for that. And like I said, only one or two people are going to take them and go with that. And it comes down to taking criticism and also taking coaching. And then you're taking action. You're literally saying, okay, this is easy for me to follow today. I'm going to follow the meal plan that she gave me because that was super easy. Okay. That's how we do things. It's not me telling you how to do things or what to do. It's giving you suggestions. But sometimes it's hard when you're by yourself. And this is not a plug for coaching, but it's a plug for you guys out there that do struggle with constantly making excuses for why you can't do things, to reach out to somebody, whether it's a coach, whether it's a person that maybe has been on your journey and knows what you are going through, and you can relate to them and you guys can talk about things and they can give you some advice so that you guys are getting somewhere instead of always feeling defeated and feeling frustrated and then just resorting to, I just can't do this. And I'm going to be honest, most people don't commit because they never actually openly admit what they're doing, because they fear the pressure of commitment. They fear the judgment of not following through. And that pressure is sometimes what you need. So I know this episode is a little bit all over the place, because the main thing I wanted just to get out of this today is that, like, sometimes you need tough love. There is no reason why you cannot commit and lose weight. There is 5 million reasons why you don't have to. But if you really want to, you'll make it happen. You will. And sometimes you just need a little bit of a reassurance that you're not the only one out there that struggles with these things, and that there are solutions out there to all the excuses that you're making if you are willing to take them. And I'm here to help. So is my team. I'm going to pop over to the comments, see what I got on there. I got Corey. Good morning, Corey. I hope you are doing well with your 75 hard. It's funny, Corey put that when he first started CrossFit, all he wanted was a 6-pack and that V cut. I think everybody in CrossFit wants a 6-pack. Like, the CrossFit 6-pack is like, I mean, I wanted abs. I did. I remember I was like, why don't I have abs? I want abs. I find myself chalking up more wins when I started focusing on how I performed in the gym as opposed to what the scale was. Looking better was a side effect. I love what Corey just said, because this is full-heartedly how I function and want my clients to function. Is, guys, our body, and I made a post about this earlier, is our body is a direct reflection of our lifestyle. It is a direct reflection of how we live, eat, train, sleep, all those things. If you're chronically underslept, is that even a word? You're going to look tired all the time, right? You're going to be puffy in the face. If you're chronically overeating, you're going to be gaining weight. If you're never working out, you're going to be stiff. You're going to be tight. You're not going to have muscle definition. You're going to have those things. If you're chronically dieting, you're going to look like a chronic dieter, probably metabolically adapted, not seeing results, carrying some extra weight in the midsection, and not knowing how to get rid of it, because every diet you go on doesn't work. You're going to become a product of your lifestyle. So if you guys want to get fit, once again, you want to lose weight, the weight loss is not the goal. It is a side effect of you making those changes. That was a great way for you to talk about that, Corey. Guys, if you guys want any help, any advice on your own journey, if this resonated with you and you're like, I need tough love, hit me a message. Like, I would just love to hear from you, and we'll go from there. Talk soon, guys.